Hey guys, it's Monica here with another Disney cooking video. So I've decided to do Tinkerbell this time. So I'm going to make a chicken dish with some mozzarella cheese and some spinach and some tomatoes and roasted peppers. And I'm going to pair it with a side of garlic pasta, and then we're going to have some stuffed tomatoes. So it's going to be really easy. It's pretty much all in the oven other than one pot. It's going to be really yummy, so if you guys want to see how to do it, then keep watching. Okay, for this recipe you are going to need chicken. I just have 4 boneless, skinless fryer breasts right here. You're going to need spinach. You can use the fresh spinach or you can use the frozen in the freezer section. You're also going to need some little tomatoes. I have these Nature Sweet Sunburst tomatoes. I've never tried these before, to be honest with you, but they looked really delicious. You're also going to need some pasta. I'm just going to use some fettuccine noodles. If you don't want to use fettuccine, feel free to use any other type that you like. You're going to need some minced garlic, some mozzarella. I'm using some real mozzarella from the store. You are going to need an onion, some cream cheese, tomatoes, a red bell pepper, some olive oil, and some seasoning. Okay, first things first, we're going to put our red bell pepper just here in the oven under the broiler. We're just going to roast it. I like to leave my door cracked just so it doesn't get too hot and burn very quickly. So we're just going to crack our door. And now we're going to get started on the spinach. Okay, so for the spinach, he's just going to cut the stems off of them because I do not care for the stems. And he's just going to give it kind of a rough chop. That way it fits into our chicken a lot easier. You can skip this step if you don't mind the stems or if you want the whole leaf spinach look. But like I said, I don't really care for it. So he's going to take the extra time and give this a rough chop. Okay, now on to the chicken. We're going to, the term is butterfly this. So basically we're going to split the chicken in half.
Yeah, I'm going to split it right down the middle, not going all the way through. We're just going to make like a pocket right here. See that? Just going to open it up. And I like to split it, I like to do it again. Like right there. Cooks a little more even.
And you're not cutting it. You're not cutting it all the way.
Yeah, not all the way through. So that's good right there for this one because it's kind of thin.
Okay, so now that he's got the chicken split open, what we're going to do is we're going to take some of our spinach that we just cut up, and we're going to pack that into the chicken here with some of our fresh mozzarella. I'm going to wash his hands there.
Spinach, put it in there.
Just as much that will fit in there. It'll cook down too, so don't worry about that one. Spinach cooks, it shrinks.
Just put a piece right there. A piece right here. I'll take some of this bacon right over here and wrap it.
That was a joke. That was a joke. Anyways, and then what we're going to do, once we have got all of them packed with spinach and mozzarella, we're going to season them with some olive oil and some salt, pepper, garlic powder, and some parsley flakes. So we're just going to set that there, and then we're going to move on to the next one. Okay, so our pepper is done. It's nicely roasted. Be very careful. You might want to do this a few minutes before you put it on your chicken because it is very, very hot. But we're kind of crunched for time here, so we're pushing through. So what did we do to the chicken? Well, after we stuffed it with the spinach and the mozzarella, I seasoned it with the seasoning that I told you, the garlic pepper, salt, pepper, and a little bit of the parsley flake. I also gave it a nice little drizzle with some olive oil. And I cut up some of those little bitty tomatoes, tossed those in there as well, and then put some of the minced garlic along with the juice on the chicken. So now, as you can see, we're placing the roasted pepper strips on top of the chicken, and once we've done that, we're going to cover it with foil and pop it in the oven at 380 degrees until the chicken is cooked thoroughly through. Okay, now we're on to the tomatoes. Now, my original plan with these tomatoes were to make them look like tomato tulips. So if you plan to do that for like a really cute party, what I suggest you do is get the green onion and use that as the stem and slice it with an X on top and then stuff them. I'm kind of sort of using the same thing here, but not exactly. So I'm going to show you how to hollow out the tomatoes, and then I'll show you what we stuff in them. So what we're going to do, I'm going to take our little tomato, and I have a jagged edge knife, because if you try to cut it with a dull knife, you're just going to mash your tomato and it's going to go everywhere. So we're just going to cut the top off, and then we're going to cut a little bit off of the bottom, just so it will stand up. Okay? So once you have done that, you're going to take, if you have one of these, you may not. I got this at the Dollar Tree for $1, so pick it up. You're going to take it, you're just going to go on the inside, just right down the middle, twist a little bit, wiggle it around. I still got the whole bottom there. Oh. Get a little bit more out. Take out the extra. Put it on your pan, and then you're going to do the same thing throughout. Cut off the top, a little bit off of the bottom. That way it'll stand. And then take your core, wiggle it. Might be a little difficult. And if you don't have one of these, just take a very small knife and be very careful. And just scoop it out with a teeny tiny spoon. And just pull it out. Some of these are easier than others. Just keep kind of twisting it a little bit. See? And then just set it on your tray. And we're going to go ahead and do these other ones, and I'll be back to show you guys what we're going to stuff in them. Okay, so as far as what we're going to stuff into the tomatoes, we are just going to use our cream cheese, some of our fresh mozzarella, and some of our purple onion. If you want to put bacon bits in there, you can put that in there. If you like it spicy, add jalapenos. Put whatever you like. Just remember, it's a very small item that you're trying to stuff. So what I've done is I've put a little bit of the cream cheese here in a bowl with the diced up onion and the mozzarella. So I'm just going to take my fork, very carefully, mash all of this together, and dump it all over my counter while I'm at it. Good thing I clean my counters, right? Okay. Anyways, probably should have got a bigger bowl, but try not to dirty up so many dishes. So you're just going to mash it and get it all nice and mixed together. Might take you a couple of minutes. Alright, so now it's all nice and mixed together, so we're just going to take a little bitty forkful. This is the baby's fork. Hope he doesn't mind. Anyways, we're going to stuff them until you can't get any more in there. Don't worry about the weird noises that it might make. And I like to leave just like a little pile of it on top. I don't know, I think it's really pretty. I'm going to just set it on your tray there. I'm just going to do the same thing to these. Just stuff it till it can't be stuffed no more. Just like so. Put it on your tray. Now I'm only making 4 of these just because the kids do not eat these. Just Dale and I are the only ones that eat these. But you can make as many or as little as you like. So I'm just going to finish stuffing these, and then when the chicken is done, we're going to pop these in the oven until it's just heated thoroughly. Okay, and as for your pasta, you're just going to put the proper amount, depending on how many you're serving, into the pot of boiling water and just cook it just like it says on the back of the box. And then I'm going to show you when it is done how to flavor it up. Also, at this time, you're going to want to put your tomatoes in the oven. You're just going to cook them until they're just heated thoroughly. So we're just going to wait for those and for the pasta. Okay, so our pasta is done. So now we're going to take some butter, a little bit of minced garlic, and some olive oil, and we're going to melt it in this pot that we cooked our pasta in. We're also going to take some salt. You don't want too much salt. I also like to take some garlic powder and toss that in there as well. You can put as much as you like or as little as you like. Kind of stir it around. If you want, just for looks, to add some parsley flakes, feel free. I'm just going to kind of skip that step. I'm going to get this all nicely heated up. And then we're just going to throw our pasta back over in here and just simply toss it. And then that'll be it for the pasta dish. And then it'll be ready to eat. Okay, when your chicken is done, it should look something like that. Feel free to drain the excess juice off, or you can even use a little bit of the juice to kind of put on top of your pasta there. I'm going to also show you our tomatoes. And here's what these stuffed tomatoes look like. Don't those look so good? These look delicious. They're going to be tasty. Alright, and here you go. Take you in for a little bit closer look there. And that's the chicken stuffed with the mozzarella and the spinach and the roasted peppers and the little bitty grape-sized tomatoes. And there we have our stuffed tomatoes. Ooh, camera fogging up. So hot. These would be great for little hand foods, like at a little party or something. That would be great. And the pasta is just really easy and real simple. But there you have it. Okay, for the dessert, what you're going to need is some donut holes. I got these at Walmart in the bakery section for $1 a piece. You can go to your local donut shop and get them. They're just regular donut holes. If you are gutsy enough, you can even make your own. So you're going to need some donut holes, some pretzel sticks, some chocolate frosting, and some sprinkles. Okay, now for the dessert, we're going to make some acorns. Now those pop up in all parts of the movie. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our little donut holes. We're going to take some frosting. We're just going to put it on top there. Just get enough to kind of cover the top, however much you like. Doesn't have to be really fancy. We're going to take some of our little chocolate covered sprinkles. Sprinkle that on there. Take one of your little pretzel sticks, stick it in the top for the stem. And that's what they should look like. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest, guys, and then we're going to have at these. Alright guys, that was it. Really delicious, really easy. I hope you guys try this recipe out. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not. Leave me some comments below. I enjoy reading those every day. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter. I have an email. All of the information will be in the description box below. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.